Hi, my name is Carl Torsbens. I'm a retired deputy warden and I'd like to share this video with you today regarding how to choose your style of leadership. We've all talked about leadership and how important it is in the organization or even in individual career growth, self-development. But let's talk about how to pick what style is best for you, because that's what it really comes down to. This video won't be too long. It's just going to be an overview, but it has some very important points to it that you need to kind of take into consideration when you start thinking about those leadership opportunities in the near future. Let's talk about what kind of leader you want to be and perhaps how you could be the most effective type of leader in your particular situation or organization. What kind of leadership style would be best for you? It's very important that you choose and try to fit your existing personalities with your organization and its needs. So you have to start with yourself. You have to be honest with yourself, and you have to conduct a what we call a self-assessment of what qualities, what characteristics do you have that makes you a leader, and what kind of leader are you going to be. So let's talk about your personalities, talk about your characteristics. Um, People change. Starting off as a employee, you learn the business, you become a little bit more familiar with the surroundings and the politics of the environment, and you change, you grow, you become more assertive, and you become more knowledgeable, and you become an asset to the organization that you belong to. So let's talk about how you can benefit the organization and the environment. Honesty has two aspects. Okay, the first one is, of course, make sure you understand what leadership is going to bring you, what your expectations are, and how honest you're going to be about what type of leadership is best for you. Remember that what I mentioned earlier is a self-assessment. It's very important that you look at yourself first and see how you fit into the organization. There are so many different styles, and we'll get into that in a little bit, but let's talk about the self-assessment. First of all, honesty is still the best policy. If you want to be a leader, then you have to decide that there are natural tendencies within your own personality that you need to either change, adapt, or compromise. Nobody likes those words, especially compromising, but you have to be realistic. You have to see how you can fit into the organization and its culture in order to be effective. And that's the key word. You want to be an effective leader. Knowing who you are and where you come from, what your values are, your norms is important. But also, you have to ask yourself, a couple of simple, basic questions that you have to be honest with. First of all, is how great is your need to be in control? Do you want to control everything? Are you a control freak? Then you take that in consideration when you pick your style. How much are you willing to trust others? Very important that you realize that in any environment, your willingness to trust someone else to get the job done will affect your reputation and your credibility as well. So how patient are you? What is your personality in relationship to patience and listening and understanding and having empathy? How organized are you? Are you a neat freak? Are you a poor time manager? I mean, think about it. How organized are you? And how good are your people skills? How good are your people skills? You know, Leadership is all about people. So think about that. And then after you've made your self-assessment, now here comes the hard part. Because, honesty doesn't end with you. Honesty ends with other people's perception of you, other people's assessment of you. So seek input, feedback of how other people perceive your characteristics, your personality, your traits, and put them together, and then decide what kind of leadership style is best for you. Observe the styles from other people, other leaders. You'll learn a lot by having good mentors. I had great mentors, and each and every one of them made me successful, and I made them successful. That's what the key is all about. It's making other people successful. Leadership's not about yourself. It's about making others successful, or the organization successful. You got to believe in what you're doing. You got to stand up for what you believe in. You can't be shy. You can't be an introvert, although you can be an introvert, meaning that there's a time and place for you to say something. So don't take my words by saying don't be an introvert by being quiet all the time or being loud all the time. Just be appropriate. Know your time and place. Be prepared for change. You know, leadership is really you're a change agent. They're going to go. You're the go-to person when they say we need to change something in an organization. We want you to help foster a new culture, a new direction, a new policy, a new practice. Be ready for change. So leadership is a way that leaders accomplish their tasks and their goals. And it's very important that you understand that there are a lot of elements in leadership that aren't written in any books. So you can research books as much as you want, but it all comes down to how does it fit into your profile, into your ability, and into your position. And remember, leadership is not positional. It does not carry any particular rank, authority, or power. It does have influence, and you have to use that responsibly. But leadership can come from any position within the organization. It does not have to be a boss or a supervisor or a manager. Remember that you can be an autocrat by taking control of everything, or you can be a manager concerned with the smooth operation of the effectiveness and the operational deadlines and goals. You can be democratic, consulting with others and making sure that you have the correct results for a final decision and good feedback. Or you can be collaborative, which is a little bit more in-depth of the democratic and putting all your feedback together and deciding the pros and cons and getting the expert from each and every other department or area of expertise together and give you a good reflection of the organizational needs. And remember that leadership also means ownership. Ownership of where you work, ownership of your dedication to the people you work with. And remember that this does not come without a price. Ownership, leadership are high value qualities in an individual, and if you do it right, if you possess the right skills and you address your challenges with your right styles, you may want to have to switch styles at times, but my point is be flexible, be professional, be consistent, and be honest. As always, be safe.